have to. I've got to adjust it.
All right. Hi, I'm Dominique, and tonight we're going to do the slow flow again. Slow, not flow. I keep saying that every time. I'm sorry. We're not flowing tonight. We're doing a slow, mindful yoga practice that is geared towards the healing of trauma, feeling the body, noticing what's going on inside. I will try to share insight from my own experience with trauma. So I say this every single Friday, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm a person with trauma, and I'm a yoga instructor. So I'm trying to help other people who suffer from trauma to utilize the benefits of yoga to help them heal or feel more comfortable in their own body. So I think I've said enough. Welcome tonight. Happy Friday. And hi, Marcia. I know you're out there. I don't know who else is out there, but hi, Marcia. Gently close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Or actually, if you want to lie down, you may do this as well. But just come to a position that you can sit or lie in comfortably for a little bit. And then begin the process to bring your attention inward, noticing all the things that are going on inside of you on a physical, mental, and emotional level. And so you want to let everything that's going on around you drift into the background so that you can really focus on just yourself. This is 1 hour for yourself. You don't have to feel selfish. Self-care has nothing to do with selfishness. We have to take care of ourselves so that we can be there for those that we love. And as you bring your attention inward, you notice how you may become a little calmer. Your thinking process slows down just a little bit. And then also bring your attention to your breath. Begin by just noticing how you are breathing right now. And if it's not already deep and slow and through your nose, then try to get it to that point. Letting the belly come out as you inhale. And then drawing the navel to the spine as you exhale. Sometimes it helps if you physically place your hands to your belly and let the belly come out against your hands on your inhales. And then feeling it pull away from your hands on the exhale. And then we will begin that breathing pattern that we usually use on Fridays. We're going to inhale on a count of 4. Again, letting the belly come out nice and strong. And then we will hold the breath at the top of the inhalation. I'm going to count you from 1 round, and then you're going to continue on your own. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold. And continue on your own. And wherever you are in this last breath cycle, continue until you're done, holding the breath at the bottom. And then gently let your chin fall to your chest. And while you're still lengthening your spine, begin to roll out your neck. You want to roll it in both directions. You will notice that I don't have any music on. I want to invite you to turn on your favorite music. Go in the opposite direction with your rotation. And since tonight is Friday night, feel free to substitute any pose that I'm doing tonight. So what I'm doing is merely a suggestion. If you have poses that you would rather do that feel better to you, or you need to modify a pose with a modification that I'm not showing or I'm not offering, just feel free to do whatever is best for you tonight. Bring your right ear over your right shoulder. At the same time, try to pull both shoulders back and down. And feel a nice stretch right here in the left side of your neck. Still taking those deep, slow breaths. Whenever we hold a stretch, try to come back to that same breathing pattern we did in the beginning of class. And then drop your left ear over your left shoulder. Notice the stretch in the other side of the neck, and maybe you feel that one side is tighter than the other. If you feel that, just acknowledge that one side is tighter than the other. Let your head hang in the center again. And then we're going to lift the chin, still keeping the eyes closed. Lift the chin towards the ceiling. And then take your head to a neutral position and open your eyes to a soft gaze. And let's inhale here. Big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down and bring the left arm over. You don't have to keep this left arm straight. You can just let it hang. It's important though that you lengthen through the side of your body. So you can prop yourself up on your hand or you can bring your lower arm down and just reach this left arm away from you. Noticing that nice big opening stretch in the left side of your body. And then take it back to the center as you inhale. And go the other way on your exhale. Taking slow, deep breaths and notice that lengthening stretch through the right side of your body. And then come back to the center and inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down, take your legs in front of you, and we're just going to inhale the arms up. You may keep a slight bend in your knees or open your legs a little bit more. And then on the exhale, we'll just let the upper body round forward. So we're not pressing down with a straight back. We're just letting the upper body fall. And all we'll do here is we will take these slow, deep breaths and we will observe where all we feel the stretch right now. Do you feel it in the backs of your legs? And in your lower back maybe? Maybe you even feel it in your shoulders if you're reaching with your arm. But there's no rule of where you need to feel the stretch. Just observe where you feel it. And then slowly bring the upper body up. And we're going to bring the feet in just a little bit closer. We're going to let the legs, the knees drop out to the side, and then we'll take the thumbs and just run them up and down the arches of our feet. Massaging the feet a little bit. If you have a job where you have to stand a lot, this probably feels really good at the end of the day. We just don't really pay our feet enough attention. We don't give them enough love. And then go ahead and come onto your hands and knees, and we will move through the cat and cow vinyasa. I know I do this just about every time. It's just so efficient to warm up the spine and the back. So as you exhale, round your back and let your head hang, pulling the back round into cat pose. And as you inhale, sway your back and look up. And think about lifting the heart through the gates of your arms. Exhale to cat pose. And inhale to cow pose, lifting the heart. Notice what your spine and your back feel like when you go through this movement back and forth. With the back, we all need to be a little bit more cautious. So if you have a little something going on in your lower back, this is the time to observe. And then you can modify your positions, your yoga positions accordingly, according to how your back feels tonight. Widen your knees and then pull into extended child's pose. Let's wiggle the hips on the way down. And maybe your bottom touches your heels. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. It doesn't have to. But try to press your third eye into the mat. And if your third eye doesn't reach the mat, the other option here would be to place a fist down and place the forehead onto the fist. You can even put two fists on top of each other or two hands, whatever it takes, but try to have a firm surface that you can press your third eye region, the area between your eyebrows, firmly into the floor or into whatever surface you have. And then take deep breaths. And maybe your hips sink a little deeper as you stay here for a moment longer. Try to let any anxiety you may have felt at the beginning of class just melt away as you press your third eye down. And then come up onto your hands and knees. So tonight I have my little helper, Kirsa. Kirsa is actually my service dog. So she's always a little bit concerned about me. Good girl. Let's lift the left leg and the right arm and hold. We're in balancing table pose. Try to stabilize yourself by having your shoulder right over your wrist and your fingers spread wide. And then release it down and switch sides. Your right leg comes up and the left arm lifts. And then see, there may be a tendency to sink down into the shoulder. Let's see if we can stay lifted. But if lifting isn't good for you tonight is your night. So you decide what feels best, okay? Just whatever you do, don't hurt yourself. So always be aware of how your body feels. Take your arm and your leg down and then tuck your toes under. You want to move your hands, maybe one hand print further away from you. Tucking the toes under, lift your tailbone up into downward facing dog. Walk in place. You're going to lower one heel to the floor and then the other, pedaling the feet back and forth and noticing what's going on in the backs of your legs. All the way down to your Achilles tendons. How do they feel tonight? Maybe you want to wiggle your hips back and forth a little bit. Maybe you want to rock forward and back just a little bit into your shoulders. Whatever movement you decide you want to do, notice where you feel it in your body. And then begin to settle into your down dog, holding it. You can let your head just go, or you can keep it in between your bicep muscles. Just take a moment here and breathe. This is your first downward facing dog of the evening. And if you haven't practiced any yoga throughout the day today, then this may be your first down dog of the day. Let's drop it back down into extended child's pose, pressing the third eye back down into your firm surface. Take slow, deep breaths. And as you begin to move, pay attention to your body and see if you get any type of feedback from your body. Feedback from the body would be a physical sensation. And your body can talk, right? That's the way it communicates with you. And then maybe the mind transforms that physical sensation into an emotion. So pay attention if that's happening. And then see what the emotion is. And maybe you can acknowledge it without reacting. That may be not so easy, but just try it. Come forward onto your stomach. Keep your hands light on your mat, right next to your rib cage. Bring your elbows together, press your 10 toes down into the mat, and inhale into a nice little cobra. So you're lifting your upper body up using only the strength of your back. So if you had to, you could pick up your hands. They don't help you in the cobra pose. Think about lengthening your neck while keeping it in alignment with your spine. And then look over your left shoulder, keeping a long neck. And look over the right shoulder. And then bring your head back to the center. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale into extended child's pose. And then press your third eye down. And lifting up into a downward facing dog again. And then walk your hands towards your feet. And as you do that, bend your knees. Let your upper body hang, reaching the crown of the head down towards the mat. And just try to have a loose upper body. And if that's not easy, sometimes it's helpful to sway the upper body a little bit, to shake out the head, to roll out the shoulders. Just think about reaching the crown of the head straight down. And if your eyes are open, you are looking in between your legs to the wall behind you. I personally like to keep my eyes closed during a lot of the yoga poses because then I can feel my own body a little bit better. However, and I know this from experience too, sometimes people who are dealing with trauma do not feel safe inside their own body. So then keeping the eyes closed would probably almost make it very difficult to relax for yoga. So if keeping the eyes closed is not good for you tonight, then open them. Whatever works. It's your yoga class. Inhale as you slowly roll up your back. And then exhale as you slide your shoulder blades down your back. Let's just stand here in mountain pose. So take your arms next to your body with your palms facing forward. Spread your toes on your mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Try to keep your pelvis in a neutral position. And see if your body wants to talk to you. And slowly bring your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. Let's start with a balancing pose. So tonight, why don't we spread the left toes out, stand on the left leg, and then bring this right lower leg back so that you can take a hold of your ankle. and just press the knees straight down towards the floor. If you would like, and if you are more advanced, you can take this into King of the Dance or Lord of the Dance. Lord of the Dance. But that is an option you do not need to follow through on. Let's gently come back, still pressing the knee down, and then release your right foot to the floor and roll out your left ankle. That's the foot you were standing on. And then spread your right toes, and let's do the same thing on this side. And with the balancing poses, always compare one side to the other, because one side usually wants to work more easily than the other. And here again, you can stay here, just pressing the knee towards the floor, and you probably feel a nice stretch in the front of your leg. Or you can try to take this a little further. Who just arrived on that? I think that's Cisco. Let's see him, yes. Lower your leg. I fell out of the pose, and then roll out your ankle. Let's go ahead and stand with the feet wide. Interlace your hands behind your back. Actually, I'm going to face you with my back. And then you're going to reach the hands away from you. And at the same time, you're going to puff up your chest and look up. Taking in a deep breath here. And then on an exhale, slowly let your upper body come forward. And as you let your upper body come forward, let your arms fall away from your back. And once again, the crown of your head faces straight down. And you're letting gravity stretch your shoulders. I'm being taken advantage of. I don't have hands to defend myself against the tongue. Take slow, deep breaths. And then bring your arms back to your back and take them to either leg. If you can touch your ankles, that's great. You can experiment a little bit with widening your legs or bringing them closer together. And then maybe you can pull your upper body closer to your legs. Just gently pull. Notice the stretch here in the backs of your legs. Try to relax right here in the shoulders and the neck area if you can. And then slowly come back up. And I'm going to turn around now. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Widen your stance. And then slowly begin to let the tailbone drop, bending the knees. And leaning forward just a little bit. Bring the elbows to your inner thighs. And then just use the elbows to push the legs towards the back. You should feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs here. Slowly breathing. An alternative to this pose, a little bit more advanced, would be the full yoga squat. I think I'm gonna stay here because this feels really good to my lower back tonight. If you do this low yoga squat, make sure your knees stay over your toes. I mean, they turn the same way so that you're preventing yourself from moving the knees inward like that. They need to stay in the same direction as your toes go. So if your toes are facing straight forward, so would your knees. I hope that makes sense. Either way, let's take it back up. Inhale, reach. And then exhale and bring your hands together. And we were at the back end of the mat, so let's go there again. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale and roll down. Walk your hands out into a downward facing dog. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And come into a knee plank. And once again, help yourself forward onto your stomach. And then here, I'm going to do, we're going to go with the right leg first. So bend your right leg and get a hold of your ankle. And then take your left arm in front a little bit and roll over onto your left side. And then so you have your right leg up here, and you can really pull the heel towards the behind, reaching that knee away from you so that you feel a stretch in your quadriceps, front of your thigh. And if you want to, you can add a little arch in your back, but that's not necessary. So you decide if that feels good to you. Breathing deeply. And then take it back to the center, and we'll go the other way. So prop yourself up on the right arm, bend your left leg and get a hold of the ankle, and then roll over. And push that foot into the hand, create a little arch in your back if you like, and reach that left knee away from you. Breathing, noticing, comparing, staying within your body. All the attention within to let you know what's going on. And you can listen to your body giving you feedback. And then slowly release your leg. We're going to roll over onto the back for a second. And then we'll take the left arm out to the side. I forgot how I was going to do this. Let's just bring the right knee over and turn the head to the left. It's not what I wanted to do, but I forgot how I got into the pose. I tried it out earlier today. It was a nice shoulder stretch, but I don't want to experiment around right now, so I'll do it next time. Stay here and breathe. Notice that twisting sensation through the midsection of your body. Try to have both shoulders on the floor if that feels good. The alternative here would be to bend both knees makes it a little less intense. And once again, scan your body and notice all the different areas where you feel the stretch. Coming back to the center. Go the other way. Make sure you're breathing deeply. Compare the two sides. Notice which side wants to work more readily than the other. And just acknowledge. So if you suffer from trauma and you don't feel safe in your own body, then you can easily get into a situation where you feel almost like a stranger in your body, if that makes sense. Come back to the center, and let's go ahead and hug the knees into the body. Because a lot of us traumatized folks, we also dissociate. So if you feel unsafe in your body, it's likely that you also dissociate, which means your mind detaches from the body. I don't want to lecture you on that right now. If you're interested in it, you can look it up on the internet, but it's not pleasant if you dissociate on a regular basis. It feels like you're constantly disconnected from your body. So when you do your yoga and you allow yourself to stay connected, maybe that will help you in those moments where you feel that you are about to dissociate, and maybe that will help you to keep your focus on your body and to not do that. Go ahead and rock forward and back or roll over onto your side. And then help yourself up to a seated position. Once again, taking the legs in front, and this time we're a little bit warmer. We really haven't moved that much, so we're not like hot from doing a lot of up and down and moving around, but you have moved your body a little bit. So inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, fall forward again and see if there's a difference between the first time we did this and now. And try to relax right here across your shoulder girdle. You can have your arms forward, but you can also release your arms by the side of your body. See if you can just let go of any tension in your shoulder region, in your neck and your upper back. And just hang out here and breathe. If you have a pillow nearby, sometimes it feels really good to place the pillow right here onto your leg and hug it while you bend forward. Props are always welcome in the Friday class. Whatever you feel helps you in your poses, use it. You can be really creative with pillows and blankets and towels. And take your upper body up. And let's nestle the right leg into the left and swing the left leg open. We're going to bring the left hand either on top of the left leg or in front of it, lifting the right arm up. So think about lifting the front ribs towards the sky. And then if you like, if it feels good to you, you can come down lower with your left side. You can try to bring the right arm all the way down to meet the left arm. But then think about lifting the front ribs towards the ceiling. And breathing. stretch is especially good for people who have tight lower backs like me. So I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this pose because it does feel really good, but I have to work hard to get there. And I don't always feel like doing that, but I know it's beneficial for me. Come back up and then switch sides. We're going to nestle the left foot into the right thigh and then swing it open to the side. And again, you can keep your right hand either on top or in front of the right leg, and then inhale the left arm up and lifting the front ribs towards the sky. Come on down. Oh my gosh, I am so tight. And I just added a label, or I judged myself. I should have just acknowledged, yes, I'm tight. And we're working on it, right? Try to use your breath. And then slowly take it back up. Taking the legs in front. Place the feet on the floor and then bring your hands to your shins. Let your head drop and round your back right here. And so earlier we paid a little closer attention to our feet. Let's pay some attention to our hands right now. So sit up however you like, whatever is comfortable, and we'll just take the wrists. You can make a loose fist, but don't clench it. Just make it loose, and then just roll your wrists in one direction and then in the other direction. And if you are a person who works at a keyboard a lot, you can probably feel that your wrists need this. And then release, shake out your hands. And we will take this left hand right here by the base of the fingers, gently pull back. And as you pull back on the base of your fingers, you can also reach forward with the heel of the hand to create a stretch right here on the bottom of the wrist and the lower arm. These are just small little stretches that we don't do enough during the day. Flip it over. Now you're transferring the stretch to the top of the wrist and the front of the arm. Should feel pretty good. While you're sitting here, though, think about lengthening the spine if you can and taking deep breaths. Let's switch sides first. The bottom of the wrist, pulling back at the base of the fingers. Notice if one hand is tighter and feels different than the other hand. Probably the hand that you write with is a little tighter. I would think flip it over. And then release it, and again shake out your hands. And let's go ahead and bring the right hand to the right shoulder blade. Sitting up tall, reach this right elbow straight up, and you can use your left hand and physically pull up on it. So this is a nice stretch for the back of your top. Yeah, for the back of the top of your arm, so your tricep muscles. If you would like to do a little deeper stretch here, you can take this left arm behind your back and find your hands to interlace or somehow connect And then reach the right elbow up and the left elbow down. But this is not necessary. If you don't want to do this deeper stretch, just stay with the other one. Reach the crown of your head up so that your chin doesn't fall towards your chest here. And then gently release your arms, roll your shoulders forward, and roll your shoulders back. And then bring your left hand to your left shoulder blade and pull up on the elbow. Sit up nice and tall and notice the stretch in the back of the top of your arm, your tricep muscle. And then if you like that deeper stretch, take this right hand and watch. I'm not going to be able to even closely connect here. So what I'll do, and I'm not saying you have to do this, but I will use my other hand to help. There's definitely a difference for me, very obviously. Reach that left elbow up and the right elbow down, or stay with the other stretch. But try not to allow your chin to fall forward. And then gently release your arms. And once again, roll your shoulders forward and roll your shoulders back. And let's go ahead into a hip stretch. So depending on how flexible your hips are, you can place your left foot further away for tighter hips, or closer towards you for not so tight hips. And just cross the right leg over the left thigh. And then you can adjust yourself, bringing the behind closer to your heel and bringing your upper body closer to your legs. Always working with a straight spine. Just move around and find the tight spots in your right hip. So you can add movements in the form of little circles here. And if you find a spot that really needs to stretch, you can hold for a moment. This is a nice deep hip stretch. Notice if your body is giving you any type of feedback. And since we are in a deep hip stretch, I would say also notice if the emotions want to translate whatever your body is telling you. If any emotions come up, let them. Allow them to come up, but try not to dwell on them. Emotions are important, but we always have to remember that they really come and go. They rarely stick around unless we have conditions, mental health conditions like anxiety or depression or anything like that, that might make the negative emotions hang around. But usually in a mentally healthy person, release your leg, emotions come and go throughout the day. So if we come across an emotion that is not pleasant, maybe instead of focusing how unpleasant it is, maybe we can just focus on this too shall pass, right? I know I'm talking about things that I know myself I can't do, but maybe you're more successful. Add that movement, small circular motions. Compare your two hips. Be aware of which one is tighter than the other one. then gently release the stretch. We will take the legs in front and slowly come down onto the back. You can help yourself down. Once again, let's hug the knees into the body, hug them in tightly. And also let your upper body come up, make yourself into the smallest little package that you can get. Make little circles on your mat. Allow the floor to massage your spine and your back. And then stick your legs straight up into the air. You can hang on to the legs if they're tired, or you could take your arms alongside your body. If you have a pillow, a blanket, or a towel, or anything, you can place underneath your hips right here to elevate them a little bit. This feels really good. So it takes away even more of the work that you're doing by holding up the legs in the air. Rotate your ankles. Once again, giving attention to the feet. Point and flex your toes. We're just reversing the flow. We normally always stand on the feet, so it's good to reverse the flow a little bit because fluids tend to pool in the ankles and the feet. If you want to keep your eyes closed here, this is a good time. Just focus on your breathing. If you have practiced this Friday class with me for a while, your body probably already knows what's coming next. So you have conditioned your body into knowing or anticipating that final relaxation is not far. And so your body might already be starting to relax. Just a moment longer. And then gently place your feet onto your mat. Take them mat width apart, arms wide. Again, this time just let both knees fall over to the right and let your head roll to the left. And then bring both knees over to the left. Let your head roll to the right. And bringing both legs back. Knees facing towards the sky. Let's place the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out to the side. Place your right hand to your belly and the left hand to your heart. And if you're comfortable with it, gently close your eyes. And once again, bring your attention inward. focusing on your breath. Notice your belly coming out against your right hand as you inhale, and then pulling the belly away from the hand as you exhale. Also notice your heartbeat. Slowly begin the process of completely relaxing your body. And if you're comfortable here, you're welcome to stay here for the remainder of the relaxation. Or you can switch now to your favorite position. You don't have to lie on your back tonight. Remember, you can lie on either side, on your belly even, or you can sit up in final relaxation, whatever feels best to you. And then bring your attention inward and notice what's going on inside of you. Follow your breath as it travels through your body. If you feel any kind of tension in your body, try to direct your breath there. And whenever your breath touches, release and relax. And allow your body to melt into your mat. Relaxing all the major muscles that you have just worked so hard. Keep scanning your body from your toes all the way up to your shoulders and down to your fingertips. And then back up to your shoulders and your neck and your head. Always breathing deeply, slowly. Let the muscles in your face melt. Soften the area between your eyebrows now. And just enjoy this moment of relaxation. wherever your mind drifted off to, bring it back to your body and begin to make movements in your fingers and your toes. Let your thumbs brush up against the pads of your fingers and notice a tingling sensation. And then also start to roll your head from side to side. Place your feet onto your mat and gently reach your arms behind you and then stretch. Give it a good stretch. Inhale and then exhale and curl up on your right side. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat tonight. I know on a Friday night it's not always easy to do that. And tonight is our first Mardi Gras parade here in Pensacola. So maybe there was a temptation to go there instead of to your yoga mat. If you showed up on your yoga mat, I'm proud of you. Gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position, bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra, thumbs to your heart. Slightly bow your head. And just take another moment to seal in your practice. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your chest rise and fall. I think you did an awesome job tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And remember, if you want to leave me a tip, please do not tip me any more than $5. And my Venmo handle is at Dominique Harding. Thank y'all.